come back, I'ma give back my bad when a check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when a check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gonna make you up like.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Ebron's got it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
50. You must be dreaming.
They'll run on 1st down. Carney. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's make these babies cry.
2nd and 5 now. Mariota to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Mariota now. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Wait, that. Wait, 55. Hey, eat. You must be getting tired of seeing me. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Watch it.
First carry for James Conner. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, ball 66. 36. Kill. 72.
From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Switzer, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Rush in. Kill.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, Alabama.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
No, 66. Whip.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Going top shelf for Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
A 1st down carry for Henry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 27, Mariota. It's caught by Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And it's caught. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Check 99. Check 99. Hatch it.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Third and goal. Mariota. Dancing to his left. He may try and run. Touchdown, Tennessee.
That's a tough one there defensively, because look at the stops they got on first and second down, and it's first and second and goal. And then on third down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day. All day. Spot. Go bandit. No.
Brady going to throw. And that is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Throwing is Brady on third down. And he's got Moncrief. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Brady's throw there complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
72.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Back, back, back.
Shotgun now for Brady. Moncrief brings it in. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 52.
To throw again. Brady. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
From midfield, here's Brady. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Check 37. Check 37.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ryan Switzer with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's get the ball. Charlie, Mike's 50. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Mariota from the gun on third down. He gets it to Humphries. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Check 50, check 50.
They start with a give to counter. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Let's get it. Mike 20. Mike's 59. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, check it. 24. Check 24.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. It's caught. Humphries. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. 6-man. Check girl.
Mariota to throw it. Completes it to Davis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Got a man, it's Humphreys. Touchdown, Tennessee. Adam Humphreys. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Brady to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. 22 yards there, a first down.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Brady now on first down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Brady hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. He'll get this one to Switzer, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. try to run it. This is Connor. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
At the Titans' 2-yard line.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
I'm coming after you.
To throw is Brady. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Boswell for the extra point.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Let's go, Alpha. I know what you got. What you got?
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Pass caught left side by Humphries. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Mariota now 12 of 16 thus far. It's first and 10.
Hey, we got four. We got four down. Mike's 50.
Throwing, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Watch a slack.
A second down throw here for Mariota. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans. Adam Humphries. As the first half is winding down, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one now.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Wait, that line 20. Minus 59, minus 59. I got you. I got you.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks. Show him up. 72. 72.
Brady going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jarrell Casey in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Don't get nervous. Out, 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 out. Ozzy. Ozzy.
Shotgun now for Brady. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Double dog. That's the way.
Again, it's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. One. 198. Watch that. 98 to Mike. Here we go. 198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop.
Mariota. He finds Humphreys. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Carney. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Mike 50, huh? Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
Mariota. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On first down, Carney. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Complete. It's Henry. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Wait, that 380. You got nothing today. You got nothing. He got me too.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Open man is Switzer, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Brady now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double up. Under 10, 10. Hey, 66.
On the counter, it's Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Wait, 20. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
You can't block me. Pick the edge. Come. Check it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Sugar.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Slam.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
No gain on the play there, second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd and 4.
Now Mariota. He gets it to Humphries. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere. Back's mine, back's mine. Mike 50,
Mariota gives to Henry. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. Carney. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Ready? 180.
Mariota hands to Henry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
I'm going back to you.
They'll try the left side. Carney. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Good work, boys. Go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Check it, reload. Check 31, check 31. Alpha.
From the gun, Brady. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Now Connor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I got it.
To throw, it's Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Brady. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26.
Wait, 29. Alpha.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Watch twins. Hey, 66. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Brady now on first down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
At the 16-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Brady again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line. Today's final score.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Titans, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my credit's up and up, it's magic.